Hi, welcome to Student Life. My name is Solomon and I'm working with Student Life here in the Netherlands. I had a conversation last week with a student, a Ph.D, Dutch student, and she told us that she has a difficulty to believe because how is it possible that an all-powerful God exists and happiness is not equally widespread? And I would like to share some thoughts about this and see if we can take it a step further. Well, first of all, one thing we have to take with us in this conversation is, can really an all-powerful God do anything he wants? For instance, the old example, can an all-powerful God create a stone that is so heavy that he cannot lift? Well, this is impossible because it's confusing categories, the infinite with something that is finite, and it's logically contradictory. So there are some things that God actually cannot do. To create something that is finite, that an infinite God cannot lift. Another point we have to take with us is this. Well, what is happiness? Here in the West, in some countries, there is affluence, and people, even here, sometimes are not happy. So if we think about other countries, other places in this world, and think there is so much unhappiness because there is a lack of nutrition, not enough food, not enough bread or rice, then of course we deal with an extreme form of unhappiness, which is a reality in this world. But is this because God doesn't care? Is there other enough resources, for instance, to feed every person in this planet? And I think there is. So there is also this human responsibility that we have to think about and take with us in this conversation. How much unhappiness do we create as human beings because we do not use the resources in a righteous and equal way for everybody? Jesus actually pointed out this thing and said greed, or to be self-centered, is an illness of the human heart, that we care more about ourselves than of other people. And I know that many people care also about others, but it looks like that we didn't manage yet to spread all the goods in an equal way to everybody. That at the minimum there is no human being that doesn't have enough to eat. So human responsibility has to be taken into this conversation as well. It is an easy solution to say, well, all-powerful God, but not enough happiness. Happiness is not widespread, but there are more things involved in this. And perhaps another thing that we can take with us is that, why is there unhappiness in this world? Or why should it be like equally widespread? From where does this thought come from? If we have a worldview that doesn't believe that there is a God, maybe that's the way things should be. And is this a satisfying answer if you are a person who doesn't believe in God, or an agnostic that thinks, I don't know if there is some higher power above us? So we have to take these points together and just try to figure out what is a good answer. The other point we have to take with us is this, that from a Christian point of view, actually we see that God is a creator, but also the one who intervenes to put things right in this world. And actually he did it in the person of Jesus. God became a human being. We call this the incarnation. Jesus, as the Son of God, comes into this world to actually identify himself with us human beings, with our own failures, with our own greed that causes so much unhappiness in this world. And actually he came to give an answer to this by becoming a humble servant, serving the needs of others, and at the end also giving his life so that we can have a right relationship with God, and so be human beings reflecting the image of God, and so be able to reach out and serve others around us. And Jesus not only died on the cross, didn't serve us with giving his life, but he did something else. He rose from the dead, and so there is hope for a better future. The resurrection tells us there can be a better present, but there can be also a better future. And actually God is working out things so that in the future there will be a place, a world, where happiness is widespread. And happiness will begin with a personal relationship with that God, and will also spread around, as only God can put things right at the end. Inspire us at the same time to take our responsibility to do the same thing. Well, these are some, I would say, random thoughts about the subject. If you have a different thought or question, please leave a comment, and we will be very happy to continue the conversation with you. Take care.